Well, it is a good evening tonight as we jump into the film room. It's been a minute since we've done a film room episode here on the Buckeyes Roundtable YouTube channel. Anthony Moeglin coming in with you here as we get prepared for the game. It is finally time for Ohio State and Michigan to square off in what's likely going to be one of those games, man. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm certainly excited to see what Ohio State brings to the table and what the game itself brings to the table. Now, the goal of tonight's show is a fun one. I told you guys we'd have something for you every day of the week, and I'm a little late tonight, but doing the best that I can to get you guys some good stuff because I wanted to take a peek at the Michigan defense specifically, right? The story of last year's game, and the games really for the past couple of years, is Ohio State really trying to win a game with a personality that doesn't match their skill set, right? You look back to last year, they had the best receivers in the entire country. They had Jeremiah Smith and Emeka Egbuka, and Carnell Tate was coming off the bench for Ohio State. And they decided to try to win the game between the tackles, between the guards, really. And it proved to be a grave mistake, one that if it wasn't for the extended playoff, you don't know how that shakes out. You don't even know if Ryan Day's still the head coach. Obviously, we know how the next 6 weeks go after that, and Ohio State rolls to that national championship, and the winners get to write the history book for sure on that one. But it could have been a lot different. And I know Ohio State's going into this game, really. This means everything to them. Obviously, it means everything to them every year, but they know that they need to get the job done, and they want to get the job done here. So as we got some folks piling in to the show tonight, reminder, get into the comment section. I'll be pulling them up on the screen here as you guys go. I'm running the show solo tonight, so you get into that comment section. I'll pull them up on the screen as I just did on my comment here. Let me know what you're thinking as we dive into the tape. But before we get into the tape, a quick tutorial piece here. This is obviously Buckeyes Roundtable. If you haven't been with us this whole season, it's a new site for us. So let's do a quick little spin through the new website here. We got a piece of mine that just went up a couple hours ago. I could have picked a little bit better of a banner picture there, but we've got a brand new site for you. Obviously, we come from the On SI network before this. Now we're with Roundtable, which is brand new, and you can kind of see it here. This is obviously, you're looking at it from my perspective, so we're logged into my stuff, but we have premium story content just as you would find on any other site, right? This is our long form stuff, stories that could be more of those long form pieces. All of it can be found on Yahoo currently at the moment, but it will be starting to get into Google a little bit more and more as time goes on. Now, the fun part, this community section down here, you see several names. You see my face a bunch. You see Kevin's face. If you're a fan of the channel, you see Brendan's face. You're a fan of the channel. Evan is a contributor on all of our sites. Maddie Hudak, I don't know Maddie. Maddie is a friend of the program here. She's a friend. She just dropped in and dropped a comment, just like what you could do over at our site. So you get over here, you make an account that that costs you about 2 seconds to do. You put your name, you put your email address, and you're in. You're into the account, and you can get in there. We can interact. You can drop in comments. Brennan just did a piece about Josh Pate picking Michigan, right? And you can get in there. You can drop a comment. You can interact with us. It's a ton of fun. So highly encourage you guys to get over there, to get in there and go check it out. It's a lot of fun. You got direct access to me, direct access to the rest of our team here. So you guys didn't come to listen to me talk about our website. What you did come for is a check on the USC Trojans versus the Michigan Wolverines game that was from week 6. Oh my gosh, it was week 7, way back. The sun was still shining in the Northeast, in the Midwest here. And obviously looked like a beautiful day, a beautiful late, I think it was an early October day. I got it right in front of me here. Doesn't have a date on it, but whatever day it was, it looked gorgeous. But Michigan went out to USC and in a game where they probably thought they should win and got kind of boat raced a little bit, right? 31-13. And I picked this game obviously because USC won, but I think it was interesting how they attacked Michigan. Now, the whole point of this, I want to take you guys into just for a brief for 30, 45 minutes, an hour here. This is how a coaching staff approaches a week. Okay. They get in there and you hear the saying, it's a copycat league. It's a copycat world. Well, football is just that, right? You get in there, you see what was successful against the team. You put it in your terminology, you translate it to your team, and then you put it out for your guys to run. There was a lot of good stuff. You can't hardly even see me down in the corner, but there was a lot of great stuff that USC did to attack this Michigan team, both through the air and on the ground. And I think that we've actually started to see some of these elements come into Ohio State's offense throughout the past couple of weeks, when we'll get into a lot of the details of it. But a lot of gap scheme stuff, a lot of counters, a lot of powers, a lot of that type of stuff. USC was very successful using play action. Okay, they used play action to use Michigan's aggressiveness against them. They also use formations, motions, and shifts. My three favorite things. You could out-scheme a team before you even snap the football by just lining up, moving guys, and moving a bunch of guys and moving one guy back and forth. And USC did a lot of that today. So we're going to watch this game chronologically. So we're going to go from the start of the game to the end of the game and talk through some of the stuff that I like that I think Ohio State should implement. Now, from a stats perspective, Jaden Mayava had a great day against Michigan. 25 of 32 for 265, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. We'll show the pick. Pick was bad, and it's something that Julian's going to have to have on his mind. And then on the ground, on the deck, they rushed 36 times for 224 yards and 2 touchdowns. What you're going to find is it didn't look good early, but they stuck with it and they kept it going. King Miller led the way, 18 carries, 158 and 1. He had a 50-yard touchdown run that we will definitely see and definitely get into here. So as a reminder, as we get into this, drop a comment into the comment section. I'll be pulling them up as I bounce through and get back and forth between the film and our show here. So, all right. USC motioned on damn near every play. They motioned as much as they possibly could. What does that do? That first of all makes the defense communicate. You can see them pointing around. You can see them talking. But it also makes them have to adjust. Makes them have to adjust their alignment. Watch. They go from an attached set to a spread look. Everyone starts flying out. And what do? They drop a screen right on Michigan, right on their aggressiveness, right? This is the first drive of the football game. Watch what this motion does to this entire defense. Watch all three of these guys. They're locked in. They think they're 3-on-3, right? They get this motion out. You're going to get lean by number 8, and then it's going to create a huge seam here. Look, everyone's floating out. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going back, 6 going back. 6 guys dropping back in coverage. Let's get this thing swung out, and you got a nice look here. Not a great look, but a nice look. This is a nice chunk gain. It was 2nd and long. This sets up a 3rd and short. And what does that do, right? It just moves the sticks, or at least gets you ahead of the sticks. I say it a lot. You want to stay ahead of the sticks. You're going to see a lot of screens. This is the first drive of the football game. We've already seen one, right? And now let's watch the second one. What did I say earlier? Shifts, motions, and formations, okay? So this is a new formation. We get a nub tight end. On the bottom, this is actually a 3-by-1 is how you would classify this. You got 1, 2, 3. One guy on this side, running back's dead in the backfield here, okay? And then they explode, okay? We explode to a whole new formation. It stays the same strength, okay? It's still 3-by-1. This is technically 4-by-1 if you count the running back in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4-by-1. Now, what this does, when you start spreading the team out, and you're going to see when USC gets into a lot of empty formations, it makes Michigan declare who's blitzing, who's covering, what they're doing in coverage, because everything is so spread out. Now, we explode out of it. We're starting to spread them. All right, now we go motion. Now we got a big problem if you're Michigan, okay? We are out-leveraged. All right, so if you're Michigan, right, we got 3-on-3, okay, but we don't have 3-on-4, okay? So this is numbers advantage to USC. Now everyone's thinking, oh, my gosh, we got to fly out, fly out, fly out, fly out. Great play design. This is the thing that I think Ohio State is going to try to execute on. Michigan loves leaving the center of the field open. So how does USC get to it? Well, they send everybody out, and then this tight end or nub guy goes one step out, and then he comes right back in here. Boom, 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 boom. It is out the gate. This should be out the gate. This is a beautiful design. Look at this. I mean, only thing left, we got a blocker here. We got a guy for a man here. You just need a little bit of speed. not the fastest guy, but that's all right. This is a massive chunk play. Great design, great shift, great motion, and great play design there. Really attacking the areas of the field that Michigan struggles with covering. Okay, here we go. Now we got a little play action. This is something that Ohio State has grown into doing. They've grown and gotten much better at this, where we're going to use a little play action out of the backfield, and then it's going to create some seams. In this case here, I want your eyes to focus on the bottom of our screen. Michigan's late subbing in, and they're all going to attack this run action. Here we go. 44 is kind of floating around, and more importantly, our Mike linebacker takes one step too far and up, and then you're going to see this spot drop here. This safety rolls in. This is a cardinal sin when you get into this coverage here, because Michigan basically rolls cover 3. All right, they drop this safety down and they roll to a one high shell cover 3 defense, where he's got the deep third, deep third, deep third. We got curl to flat. This guy's supposed to be in the flat, but his eyes are in the backfield because of the run action here. And this defender is a hook to curl defender. Okay, so he gets his eyes on the backfield on the running back, and what does this do? The roll safety doesn't get hands on the tight end. We have a huge hole here, a huge window that is just wide ass open. Look at that throw. Look at that route. Look at that throw right in there. That is exactly how you draw it up. That's a beautiful picture there for the Trojans, and a great play design and great use of Michigan's aggressiveness against them. There's chunk plays to be had against this Michigan defense if you try to take them. You have to do it. But what have we seen so far? We've seen a running back completion and 2 tight end completions. Okay, something good to know. Good to know. Just like Ohio State, this guy right here, Makai Lemon right here, this is going to be a first-round draft pick. All right, this is their Carnell Tate. That's not quite their Jeremiah Smith. I wouldn't compare anybody to Jeremiah Smith, but that's their Carnell Tate. He's obviously going to command some attention here. All right. Then as we get closer into the red area, right, we're the top of the red zone. 25-yard line for me is high red. What does Lincoln Riley have drawn up? What does USC look to do? They actually have a look here that they come back to back-to-back plays, and it's good for them, all right? Two running backs, all right? We haven't seen much of this from Ohio State. You rarely see Bo Jackson and Isaiah West together, but it's something you maybe could see. I'd probably think against it, but you might see something like this. But this is a beautiful play design. All right, this puts Michigan in a lot of trouble. Again, what do we see? We got motion. What does motion do? Now the safeties are rocking. They're kind of telling us exactly what they're doing in coverage. They're a little. I hesitate to say undisciplined. I haven't watched all of the tape. Right, I haven't seen every single play. But I mean, you get a little motion, and now we got 3 guys out covering 2 in a very clear. This is a very clear run look, all right? Not only that, we have 5 guys covering 3 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys covering 3. You got 3 guys up front, 4 defenders against the run against 5 offensive linemen. Like, this is crazy. Look at it. I mean, look at this. This linebacker is still running out. Like, I mean, the ball's been handed off. This is crazy numbers, and the safety's having to make a tackle at 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. Like, this is unsound football here by Michigan. This is a good design, but this isn't a crazy design. It's just unsound defense, and it sets up a massive chunk run, which, again, they rushed for 6.2 yards a pop because of stuff like this, where they're undisciplined, and Michigan or USC is using just simple stuff, simple things against them. So this sets up 2nd and 4. Oh, excuse me. That's that exact play. All right, this is the very next play. All right, what does this look like? Maybe the exact same formation. Let's start it. What does this continue to look like? Maybe the exact same play. Interesting. We're going to motion across. No way they run the same play again. Well, close. Instead of Michigan out leveraging 5 guys to this side, now look at them. Literally, this is the exact same look. This is the exact same look here. And instead of there being 5 guys to cover 3, there is 3.5, I would say. We got 3.5. I'm giving this guy a half point because he's out leveraged. This is the typical, if he's even, he's leaving, right? They're running, both going sideways, all right? They're both going this way. And number 1 is way out leveraged. Like, look at this. And when he catches the football, holy mackerel, this is nuts. So you got a block here. This guy's out of it. This guy's out of it. If we get a good block up top, this guy's out of it. And then this is one-on-one with the guy at the goal line, and he's catching it at the 19-yard line. You got 19 yards of separation in between here. And this is your typical BYOB, bring your own blocker. And number one does a decent job. Okay, this is actually a really good close here by the safety. Decent job picking up a gain, but they move the sticks. They get a 1st and 10 on a play that I'm telling you, they probably installed both of those plays in July. Okay, and they were probably just back to. I mean, they probably got those in 5 minutes in camp one day. Ran them back to back. Used an undisciplined look from Michigan on the first one to run it, and then brought it back the very next play and got a huge chunk gain out of it. Something that you should keep your eye on. Again, still the first drive. We're now in the low red area. Okay, we're inside the 5. I didn't get the initial card on this. This is 3rd down. Okay, and USC's done a really nice job to this point of using wide receiver screens, and they've been using Michigan's aggressiveness against them. So what do they do here? This is awesome. This is like a game plan specific play. This is one where it's like, hey, Michigan, your corners are aggressive, and this is what Ryan Day is writing down. He's on his whiteboard talking like this. Ooh, aggressive corners. Let's try to use different kinds of play action in different ways against them. Here's what Michigan does. Really nice job here. This is, again, going to be a 1st-round draft pick. Everyone's going to, hey, where's Lemon at? Where's Lemon at? Instead, this is Jacoby Lane right here at the point man. Does a really awesome sell job here. Lemon does a good job. Comes in motion. Again, they use motion on every single play. Comes in motion, flies out like he's going to catch the ball with good hands, and Lane does a good job stock blocking, and then bang. Right there. This is as open as it gets. How much easier do you want a touchdown to be? Can't really draw it too much up. You can't draw it up any easier than that. Right? Good job faking the block. Bang. Head around, snap the ball, perfect throw. Catch it, do your dance, kid. It's awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. So what did we see on that first drive? Well, we used different types of formations. We've used a ton of motion. We used screens, and we used just simple play calls to get Michigan out of the way. Doug, my guy, you are always with us. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out and jumping in. It's another great day of being a Buckeye. You know what, Doug? It is. It really is. There's some good stuff coming out of Columbus already this week. I know some videos were coming out from practice today. The boys were outside. It's kind of nasty weather. And they were outside practicing. I know they had the loud music going and whatnot. A lot of fans were going into the basketball game and catching some stuff. Barstool Tate put up a video of what you were seeing. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to see this. And yes, Mr. Bucknuts, exactly. Appreciate you jumping in with us. I honestly expect to see a lot of this, right? Michigan's defense is fairly stout. They're a decent group. They're a decent squad. They've given up some points on the year. 17 to New Mexico, 24 to Oklahoma, 27 to Nebraska, 10 to Wisconsin, 31 here in this game, 7 to Washington, 20 to Michigan State, 16 to Purdue, 22 to Northwestern, and 20 to Maryland. They can get got, but this was the best of the best got I've seen them get all year long, and it really showed. So coming into drive 2. All right, now Lincoln starts getting into his bag of tricks a little bit. And again, this goes back to this clip here goes back to more so the undisciplined nature of this, but I think this is undisciplined's unfair to say on this specific clip. So what USC does, again, what do we see? They literally, I'm telling you, they use motion on every play. And I wouldn't expect Ohio State to do it that much, but I do expect Ohio State to do a little bit of motion. They've not shown the want to or ability to motion a lot. They just haven't needed it. But if they want to do it, they certainly can, because guess what? Watch Michigan's response to this. All right, they start in the backfield. Here goes the motion. Now, here we go. We got to talk. We got to talk about it. Look at my cursor. Here we go. We're on the linebackers. They're talking. They're communicating. Look, he's got to talk to this. This guy's talking to him. We got hand signals going up. Now, this is a big issue for Michigan, okay, because this is what's called formation into the boundary, all right? So we set the strength into. FIB is what you'll see everywhere when talking about formation into. So we got 1, 2, 3 guys into the boundary. All right, so we got 3 guys to the offensive strength, and 2 of them are tight ends. The defense will likely set their strength to the tight end side. Well, now you put another guy to the tight end side, so you're 3 by 2, and your 2 guys are to the field. Well, the defense has to match this with their strength, okay? So you see this linebacker walked out over top of the point here, and then when this linebacker gets set, he's off the, looks like I would say he's off the guard's head. All right, we'd call that the in between the A and the B gap. So that's that 3 technique that people talk about, was his head up on the guard. Okay, so that's kind of where his gap is. What does that open up? Like, literally, it's not like keep it simple, stupid. Like, RIP Coach Portillo. Like, keep it simple, stupid. Like, if you're watching at home, who are you throwing to? Maybe this guy. Okay, like maybe this right here. And it's literally, guys, it's that simple. It is that. Look at this. Look at this. Like, yes, that safety like thinks about coming down, but all a quarterback has to do is like he peeks at the safety. All right, I'm cool. I'm good. Boom, rip it. Like, I mean, he catches that ball. It's within 6. I mean, anybody within 6 yards, right? This is 2nd and 2. Okay, so this is actually a perfect time to do it. You're thinking shot play here. So the safety is a little threatened vertically. I mean, I'll take 14. I'll break a tackle. Now, one thing here, this comes back to us. These cats hit, man. That ain't no joke. Like, Michigan will come and they will hit you in your mouth, and they will hit and they will tackle. And Ohio State's got to be ready for that. You just bang, big one right there. But I mean, this is as simple as it gets, guys. Like, look at this. Like, hey, we're just going to come out. We're going to motion in the boundary. Now we're 3-by-2. All right, I'm the quarterback. They're communicating. I know I like what I got. I like what I got. Okay, I still like it. I still like it. Snap the ball. Still like it. All right, eyes on safety. Eyes on safety. He's coming. Nope, he's good. Boom, ball out. Easy completion. We'll take 14. I mean, it's that, guys. It's that simple. It's that simple sometimes to play football. All right, here we go. Does this look familiar? Boom. I mean, we just did something similar. Instead of it being the 2-man side being a 2 tight ends, it's now 2 receivers. We'll throw our running back out there. And when I say they go to motion and it forces the defense to declare, what do I mean? Watch this linebacker here. He is screaming to Maava, hey, we're in man coverage, right? Hey, guys. Oh, my guy's going out. Look, they're pointing. All right, I'm in man. This tells me, okay, yep. So I just learned that, all right, he's on him. 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 One of these safeties is going to be a cover guy. This safety looks like he's going to drop down and be that robber, maybe, or he maybe fly out. Okay, whatever. They could fly out or they could fly over. We'll see how that works. But I know I'm getting man coverage. Beautiful. Oh, this guy wants to fake? Yeah, right. You're going to fake? You just told me it's man coverage. I'm not even concerned as a quarterback. I mean, I've been there. Right, I played there. As a quarterback, you know you're fake. You're lying. Hey, you could even go easy as a quarterback. Hey, whatever number. I think he's 14. I don't know what number he is. Hey, he's good. He's not coming. He can't come because if he comes, nobody's on this linebacker or this tight end here. So this is just a big bluff. All right, fine. You fooled nobody. All right, here we go. Look over. We snap it. Watch this. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. You're going to see this on Saturday. This is a fact. All right. Imagine this being Max Clare. Now imagine this is Tegra. Here's Carson. And here's Luke. Sign me all the way up. Hey, don't run in circles. What are we doing here? Don't go in circles. Like, let's go block this cat. You block this cat, and I'm going to hit my head off the goalpost. Instead, we get to dancing a little bit. All right. Beautiful play design. We're set up 1st and goal at the 10. Do not fumble the football. Watch this hit. Boom. Bang. Great hit. It's an awesome hit in there by number 20. Ball is picked up, and that's a huge freaking play. It's a massive play because that is USC 1st and goal from the 10 or 1st and goal from inside the 10 or 1st and 10 from the 12 or whatever it may be. Instead, it's Michigan football, and they turn that thing over. Great play design, great recognition by the quarterback, great execution. Just hold on to that football. You will see a middle tight end screen there from Ohio State on Saturday. I am calling my shot. All right, here we go. USC gets the football back. Now this is good stuff. This is high level. This is good game planning here. Okay, so we just talked about a defense having to declare what they're doing when they go empty. All right, so USC comes out and empty again. This would have tricked me. All right, typically when you get a look like this safety is going to have to cover up in the middle here. We're going to get a form of cover 3. All right, where this guy has to be here. You're going to get some kind of underneath coverage there, but 3 deep, 4 under, 3 deep, 3 under. You're getting a little bit of a fire zone blitz here. However, this would have tricked me because in a typical scenario in this route concept, you rarely see this. This is normally where you'd run a concept called ship is what I used to call it, where you're getting a big box seam there by number 2. Here, I'll clear the screen. Here we go. You're going to get a big box seam here by number 2. You're going to get a hitch outside by number 1, and then a stick route by number 3. Basically, read it outside in if you rip that seam if you can. Now, what USC does is they swap it. Okay, so I'm calling this ship swap, where now instead of the hitch route, the stick route coming from number 3, your seam ball is going to be number 3, and this is good coaching. Like, this is good work here. Here's your route concept that you get when the ship swap. And this is like perfect because the only guy who can defend this is on the Big Ten logo, okay? And this is a quick, easier, tight window throw, and they catch Michigan in the perfect coverage. I thought this guy right here, this overhang was going to cover, all right? If I'm the quarterback, I'm thinking, oh, he's covering, he has to. Instead, he blitzes, and it opens up this massive seam right in the middle. Like, again, this is a big window here. This is a big window throw, and it's a great shot. Like, that's a great throw. This is great coaching. This is great game planning to get into this window and to know that, hey, if they cover this, like if they man this up, this is impossible. You're not making this throw. And really nothing's open. This becomes like a throwaway. Instead, they ripped that thing right up the seam into an awesome window. And he was staring down the barrel of a gun like that guy who I thought was going to cover the slot dude just comes free off the edge. Look, number 4 right here. That's a free runner. That's a tough throw. Good throw, good catch, and USC's off and moving. That's really well done. Really well done. All right, I love this here. Oh, I absolutely love it. You're going to see this on Saturday. You have to, especially if Jeremiah's playing. You're going to absolutely see this. I'm going to do a quick check in here. There we go. All right, we're still looking good. If it's not coming through right, just drop it in the comments section. I'll go ahead and try and check it out. But imagine this is Jeremiah Smith. All right, this is number 4 up to the top of our screen. We go. Okay, class, what are we in? Formation into the boundary, right? The ball's on the right hash. We go 3 receivers into the boundary here. And that just really makes it tough on Michigan because this is like against common sense. You're like, oh, I'm setting the strength, but I'm putting a bunch of guys to the boundary and like nobody to the field. And like that's schematically correct, but field wise, it feels weird, right? Because you got 1, 2, 3 guys into the boundary here, and you got now 3 guys out top because it does feel so weird. You're going to see this on Saturday because of what this creates. So USC goes fib, and they use that 3rd guy as an extra tackle, all right? The extra blocker, and the running back is an extra blocker as well. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is where Ohio State can lose the game on Saturday, right up in here. Like if they start getting beat up front, this is a problem because on the back end they're going to be impossible to cover. Right? Watch this. It's 2nd and long, and we're going to get what I call a dig-o, right? A dig and go. You see or hear a slug-o, whatever it is. This safety, where my cursor is basically one-on-one with this number 2 receiver. He sells this too quickly. Like this is just too quick of a route. I'll play it through and then I'll draw it up. You see him come in and out and he gets space. He's actually open, but he just does too quick of a sell. I'm just imagining this being probably not Carnell Tate, but I'm imagining this being Milan Graham, Bryson Rogers, whomever, and this being Jeremiah up here where they have to commit dudes to him. And then you get a one-on-one where one of them can go boom like this. Sell it with your eyes, throw your eyes inside, and then boom, right up the seam for a big ball. Like this is the potential to be a big ball here. And it's really close. If USC can give time, there's a really good chance that, like I said, if he's even, he's leaving, you're giving him a shot here. You're probably throwing this thing right out here, letting him fall into it. Instead, they get pressure up the middle, and they're unable to do it. But process over outcome on this one. This is well schemed. This is well thought up. And almost well executed here. If they could get, if Lemon sells that just a touch more, he's going to get 19 to drive even one more step and then out the gate to the crib. But good one to learn on. One you're going to, in my opinion, you are going to see on Saturday. All right, we're in the red area. There's only 20 seconds left in the half here. So this is like a hope ball, not a hope ball, but this is like give your guy a chance type of a deal. just fascinating in my opinion. I wanted to show this because again, we go formation into it should cause problems for Michigan. It doesn't, just because they're in like a prevent, but it still doesn't work because again, where's he going to be next year? Making millions of dollars. They go with a Tampa 2 look where he's supposed to be responsible here, and then he's up the seam, and then you got here, and you got a guy just following Lemon around because he's the best player on the field. And what does USC do? Like, let's just keep this one simple. We're going to throw a big box fade to Lemon in the corner. He's probably should have, like, this is horrible by this guy. Like, why are you stuck in? There's absolutely nothing coming here. Like, this is the discipline stuff. Like, hey, everybody, number 6 is getting the football. Let's get on top of him as quick as we possibly can. We don't do that, and we give up a touchdown in a situation where they just absolutely positively should not give up a touchdown in that situation. All right, well, my plays are all out of order. Here we go. This was right before the touchdown play here, and I think you're going to see something we're all familiar with. Here we go. We're going to motion again, and what do? We motion out just to screen right behind it. All right, here we go. Use motion. Blitz comes inside. We got blockers set up. Look at this. This is a convoy. Boom, 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, and Big Dog with the big hair should be running scot-free down the seam. Michigan does a nice job of condensing that, closing it down, but that's a big gain. It's a big gainer with 30 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 10. It's a really nice play call. You're going to see some screen action. You just are. You're going to see some screen action against them. You just have to. You have to see it. They're not good against it, and they're too aggressive in the interior to not take advantage of that. So that's a first half highlight there for the boys. So there's a lot of good things, right? A lot of good things for Ohio State to pull from this tape as we just hit midnight. Cheers, everybody, to Thanksgiving Eve. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Hopefully everyone's excited for some Thanksgiving action. If you got work tomorrow, you need to get to bed. This will be here in the morning. If not, you can stay up with me and continue to be a little bit of a football sicko. All right. We got task money. Ohio State needs to lean on their pass game to open up the run. Yes, totally agree with that. And that was one of the things I wanted to point to at this point. Like, the biggest successful plays in this game so far have been pass plays. Okay. Michigan against the run is going to be stout. All right. And you have to wear on them, and you have to, like, in my opinion, on Saturday, you have to take their belief like right away. You have to take it as quick as you possibly can. You got to tap them out really, really quickly. Because if you don't, they're going to hang around. We saw what happens when they hang around. But when you do tap them out, this is what happens. And we're going to watch this here going forward. Always knows plenty in Ohio. All right, Mr. Bucknuts, you're the man. I appreciate you jumping in here always. But they come out in the second half, and this is something that I believe we started seeing in Ohio State's offense right around this time, right around mid-October. I started to notice, they're doing a little gap scheme action. This is new. Nothing crazy, but this is new, and I wonder why. Well, it's because we're preparing for this one. Gap scheme is when you block down and then you pull for a gap. So in this case, this is when you hear powers, counters. This is going to be your typical. This is a power look here where you're going to get guard and a tackle. Okay, they're going to be pulling through. Your running back stays calm and comes through, and then we just down block everywhere. We're down. They make this big ass hole on this side. And boom, you kick out the defensive end. You got an extra one for the linebacker. Great cut, and we're out the gate. Look at this. Boom. We are through it. Man, this is awesome. This is as simple as it gets. Boom, one there. Boom, another one there. Now, running back, go be your own blocker. Boom, one cut, and let's go. Crib. Maybe not on this one. We get tripped up, but a huge play. There's your 50-yarder from King. This was actually on 2nd and 20. There was a big personal foul on the play before that cost USC some yards, and they come out, they run power. Nice little juke move on the safety, and we are out the gate. If we had breakaway speed like I used to, I'm just kidding, it was very slow. We go and score that instead. We set ourselves up on the 20-yard line. Awesome stuff. Now we're gonna go back view here because I want to show everybody how important this is. Like, these are the guys who can wreck the football game. These 4 up front are the cats who have wrecked it in the past and can wreck it again in the future. Because what do we see here? Surprise, USC motions. Okay, they motion from empty. What did I say you do when you get empty? The defense declares. Watch our linebacker come moseying on in, right? He's in man coverage. He's getting ready to go chase the running back around. But instead, what we get, guys, is a 5-man box, all right? This is, oh my God, this is such huge advantage for Ohio State, for the offense. Like, you're going to get a combo here. It's just going to be a zone. So they're going to combo block up to 30, and we're going to be man on, man on, man on. And, I mean, this should be huge. This should be a big hit. Everyone should, in theory, be blocked up, and then the running back is maybe running off of 15, maybe just running off of 19 who's here. Like, this should be a big gainer. But what we get instead of that is our defensive end wins the rep. Like, this is a win here. We're getting up to the linebacker. Super big loss. Like, this is a big L, and it costs us a big run play. Like, look at this. We cut here. If that defensive end isn't there, the cut is probably a jump cut to here and then a zigzag cut. You run off the butts of your offensive lineman. It's probably that little jump cut, and then boom, right through that gate. You can see 19 trying to figure out, hey, is he going to go this way or is he going to go this way? Instead, he gets tripped down because of a really nice play by that defensive end. Like, this is the critical stuff. Like, they're showing this in the offensive line room. Like, hey, boys, look at this hole right here, and then also this hole right here that opens up. If we just win right here, we win this rep and we have a huge gain. Instead, Michigan wins it. And, like, for Ohio State, this is do not let those guys wreck the football game. Like, that is the key point. Do not let them wreck the football game, especially when you get an advantageous box like USC had on that one. All right, here we go. Again, back to some gap scheme stuff that's working really well for us. All right, we use formation again. We got a nub tight end. We're 3-by-1. We throw that to the field. There's all of our skill guys. All right, hey everybody, look at the shiny thing to the right. Look at the big shiny toy to the right. Maybe guard that. Oh, we're going to motion. What's going to happen here? That looks similar. We've seen this before, right? We're getting fly out here. Let's fly out. You're influenced by this defensive or by this tight end. Here we go. To the house we go. To the house we go. USC in the crib. How did this happen? Okay. We used formation to match everybody up. I'm thinking this is man coverage, all right? I'm the quarterback. I'm looking at this. We got man-to-man. I'm going to delete this right here. Going to mess with my stuff. All right, here we go. So I'm thinking man-to-man. So I got man. I got a man look here. I got this linebacker manned up on the running back, and I have this linebacker manned up here. Okay, so what do we do here? We are going to leave this defensive end go. Okay, so we're going to arc block, this is what we used to call it, and get to the outside of this linebacker, right? We're going to win with leverage. When we do that, this defensive end flies upfield. Boom. Look at our guy with the long flowy hair. He's ready for a kill shot. Beautiful. All right, so we arc block it. We influence it. He doesn't get the kill shot, but he does enough. He does enough to just get in the way. This is bad technique here, a little over-aggressive, but 74 seals it inside. He's got the block of the play, right, where our guard comes through and misses, but 74 wraps around. Really nice job right here. Hold your ground and win. And then you wrap around for the lone guy who can make the play. Set that up. Boom, right there. Let's seal him off. We seal him off there. Boom, that's the block right there. Awesome. 87, get off the ground. It doesn't matter. Here we go. We're in the house. That's the touchdown run for King. That was really, really, really well designed, well drawn up. And just, again, using leverage, using just bad tendencies, bad discipline against Michigan, and using kind of their aggressiveness against them. So USC builds up a nice little lead. They're up 21-7. It's go time. Quarterback, hey, you're in the headset. Lincoln's telling him. Ryan's telling Julian, saying, Brian's telling Julian, saying, hey, let's go put a drive in there. Nothing stupid. All right, let's go finish this thing off. All right, here we go. We're going to start this thing on the ground. Here's a normal set, right? Do we get any motion? Nope, we don't. Boom, easy counter. Wow, we're in the third quarter. We're wearing their asses down. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this win up front. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. This is a defensive line that has won a couple reps, but they've been on the field a lot. They've been battling. It's getting late in this game. They're getting tired. Guess who I don't want to be? This cornerback versus a guard. That's a loss. He actually misses him. But running back squeaks through, one jump cut, and he needs to be out the gate. Kind of reminds me of Reggie Bush. Reggie pulls away from that, but there's King again, man. He was having himself a night. What a big chunk gain. Beautiful design, beautiful execution, and beautiful job of wearing these boys down. All right, here we go. You're going to start hearing and seeing the same things. We're an empty. We're making them declare. Look, running the linebacker comes out. This is licking our chops. All right, here we go. Linebacker comes out. Quarterback's like, yep, I got man everywhere. Now this one, though, this is cover 2 man. All right, so boom, boom, boom. We're manned up. We're manned up. We're manned up everywhere now. This safety's got a deep half. This safety's got a deep half. As you notice, there's nothing in the middle of the field. Okay, what do we do? What does USC do to attack this? All right, motion in the backfield. And they run a concept which, funny enough, I called Trojan back in the day. All right, so it was a three level concept where you could have different combinations off it. But when you got man coverage, it was Trojan. Where you got, I used to run it as a hitch, but they go it as a slant, and then your running back goes on a wheel route up the sidelines. The thought process is when the running back goes side to side, this linebacker chases him. And if he chases him underneath this route, you got a chance to throw a big ball. If he goes over top of this route, you have a chance to throw this ball right behind his head. So what do we see here? They snap the football. He goes underneath. At this point, I'm thinking as a quarterback, I got a chance for this wheel route, right? You'd think, no way, Anthony. That's why you threw so many picks. Well, when those guys, they're coming and they have to stop their feet, where your running back is running full speed right by him. However, I do think this is actually really good quarterback play because we're in 2-man, all right? So this isn't cover 1 where this safety's here and this one rolls down. If that was the case, different story. I'm throwing a touchdown. Instead, let's do this. He's responsible for this, and he's responsible for this. So, in theory, that takes the wheel route away. What that opens up, remember I drew that big box? Look at this. Boom. We're just going to go slant right here. Fine. Be accurate, Q. All right, cool, easy. We'll take 12. Yeah, sure as shit. I'll take 12. Excuse my language. We'll take 12 there, and boom, we'll get up and point that first down. All right, fast forward. It's 3rd and 12. Quarterback, what did I say at the start of the drive? Hey, Julian, nothing stupid here. Here we go. No picks. No picks on this drive. Here we go. All right. Don't try to do too much. Again, what do we see here? This looks familiar. It should look familiar, right? Nub tight end. Okay. Look at the shiny toy out to the top. What did we get last time? We got that counter look, okay? But what are we seeing? This running back's on the same side as the tight end. Not going to get counter. We are going to drop back to pass. And remember, it's 3rd and 12. Let's use motion, right? This isn't man coverage. We're getting zone. Beautiful. All right, we drop back to pass. Oh, pressure. What did I say? What changes this football game? What changes this football game? It's these cats up front. We get instant pressure. This would have been a nice completion here. Wouldn't have moved the sticks. Here's that first down marker. But you give him that football. That guy's going to be a Sunday player. You get him the ball. Instead, we've flushed out of it. We flushed out of it. All right, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Nothing, throw it away, throw it away, throw it away. Nope, we try to make a play. We try to do a little bit too much as the quarterback, a young quarterback, right? Either throw it right here where my cursor is, boom, right here, or throw it to your grandparents up in the 16th row. Instead, we're not laid across the middle. We're not trying to make a hero play because this is the type of stuff that happens. And guess what? Pretend these end zones aren't USC colors. Pretend they're Ohio State colors. And you're up 21-7. You're going to drive and put this game away. Instead, you turn it over, and now Michigan's got the football. This is a huge momentum shift. I don't care what the situation of the game is. It's a massive, massive momentum shift. One that Julian – look at the edge here. I'm going to rewind it because this is important. We're going to go all the way to the end. Here we go, all the way to the end. He throws the pick. Watch this, double palms on the head. This is a bad place to be. And it's true, right? This is a young kid, made a dumb mistake, one that can't happen. And Lincoln, I promise you, was in his ear. Don't do it. Hey, nothing stupid here. No turnovers. Turnovers kill us. Can't have it. Absolutely cannot have it. But Michigan makes a nice play. That keeps you in it. All right. That keeps a ball club in the football game. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter, we go. It's 21-7 still. And Michigan is unable, as you can tell, unable to really do it on offense. All right. And we may experience a little bit of that, but in case we don't, Ohio State's offense better come to play. All right, we're getting a bear look. All right, a bear look up front, which just means there's 5 for 5. We got 5 guys on the defensive line here. All right, bad for running. Bad. This is 7-man box. All right, we got 7 dudes in the box with the safety lurking. That means we're getting something good on the outside. Something good. It's a good time to maybe call a screen pass. All right, we're going to motion across. And USC got really into this here in this fourth quarter. Look at the aggression of Michigan. Like, this is the discipline stuff, right? When these guys feel, hey, I shouldn't be running this free. If it smells fishy, it is fishy, that type of a thing. They get by free. They don't stop. Look at this convoy. I mean, holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually smart, okay? This peel back block, this isn't to kill somebody. This is just to seal it off. Like, if he were to peel, this guy just gets in his way and just stays out in front. But you got, 1 for 1, 2 for 2. If these cats just look upfield, like, let's just go get here and maybe you help here, and then we're good. But if Lemon goes, instead of going inside, if he just slows his roll a bit and comes out like this, this is banging your head off the goalpost type stuff. But the point is, huge gain, and one I think you'll see. Ohio State try to find in their game plan. All right, everybody, what do we got here? Formation into, right? FIB, motion to fib. All right, why did I show this? Because I think Ohio State's going to execute this because, again, if this is Jeremiah Smith, you cannot leave him one-on-one. It's going to require at least 1 more over the top, maybe even 2 more over the top. What does that leave you? That leaves you with 3 guys who have to communicate down here, and this is a decent route concept. We're going to get a wheel route coming up the edge with Lemon going to the pros, and this guy comes inside and shuts it down. They get this little switch release. He comes in. This is gorgeous, man. This is as good as it gets. Like, if he wanted to take his one-on-one shot, he could have. Instead, he rips it down low. We get a bad drop here, but again, discipline. What is 15 dropping to? Like, whoa. What are we? Your responsibility here is the flat, bud. Like, curl to flat. I don't know what your eyes are doing in the middle of the field. That's that discipline thing. Like, this ain't your responsibility. You got a cat here looking up the seam, and you got this dude here who's covering over top, and anything that breaks inside, guess what we don't have covered? The flat, right? Like, we don't have anybody here. Again, the discipline of Michigan's defense. You show them different looks. You make them communicate. They have a hard time doing so. Make the catch, man. Come on, make the catch. Catch the ball first. Can't do anything without the football. Really important there. All right, Michigan's trying to work their way back, 24-13. Like I said, this is 3rd and 10, all right? 3rd and 10 is a big play in the game, right? If USC doesn't get this, they're in trouble. They're punting the ball back, and Michigan's got a chance to cut it to 3. All right, what do we get? We get motion to what? Quads. We've seen this before. We get motion to quads, but we get a dude out here who requires 2 guys. This is a very similar look to what we're going to see on Saturday. It's Jeremiah Smith. This is 2 guys to cover him. Here we go. Now we got 4 guys down here. So this safety can't cheat towards the middle of the field. The safety has to get wide. We got a great receiver down here. We got a running back coming to the flat. This safety's got to get off the hash. What does that leave open? All right, check it out. Big seams. Boom. This is a perfectly layered football. This is awesome. Takes a massive shot, dude. I'm telling you, these dudes are going to hit. I actually like this coverage. I think that's the right spot to attack. You probably could go, if he's here and you shut this down, you run a curl route here from number 2. Here's your window. Here's your other window. But they get it up the seam here, and dude takes a lick, right? Takes a lick, does not catch the football, but a good place to try and attack that defense there. But USC rolls it down the field a little bit further, and they just want to end this thing. I don't know the sequence of events, right? I just had the offensive tape, so I don't know the sequence of events, how they got here, but here we go. We're going to go gap scheme, and we're going to end this sucker. We're going to end this football game. 2-by-2 formation. Michigan's blitzing into it. We get a pooling guard. This thing's supposed to hit front side, but what do good running backs do? Get a little pressure. I don't like this. Find the leakage, and let's go. Boom, out the gate to the crib. It's a party. It's a party in West Hollywood. Here we go. And that's a wrap. So a lot of good stuff. That USC showed in this game. That I think Ohio State absolutely positively needs to take, right? This is a copycat league. It's a copycat world. Get in there. Let's see some motions. Let's see some screen action. Use their aggression against them. I'd like to see some interesting formations. Formation into. Let's use our tight ends. Hey, and let's use Jeremiah. Whatever health he's at, if he can move, let's use him as at least a decoy to set some stuff up for the other guys. But should be a ton of fun. There's a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of ways that Ohio State's going to be able to attack this Michigan team, and I'm really excited to see how they look at doing it. So also love this. They will use tempo. They will also use tempo to gas. I think you were going for TTUN. Not sure what the C stands for, but Rob, I totally agree with you. I love going tempo. If it were up to me, my offense would be foot on the gas, Chip Kelly type style, up and down the field, which Chip Kelly gets fired from the Oakland Raiders. Grass ain't always greener, guys. Remember that, as always. But everybody who watched live tonight, thanks so much. I wanted to do this. This is the type of fun stuff that don't get to do as often. It takes a lot of time to make these videos. So I appreciate y'all jumping in and hanging out with me. We're at 12:20 a.m. A lot of you sickos, at least if you're at work, appreciate it. Get back to work. But if you're not at work, thanks for jumping in and hanging out with me tonight. But it's time to shut it down and go get some shut-eye. We have so much more content coming your way. We have a show coming your way later this afternoon for a kind of a look at the Ohio State defense versus the Michigan offense. And then we'll have a fun Thanksgiving episode. I haven't thought exactly through how it's going to be, but we'll have a fun Thanksgiving episode for you all for when it's time to get a break from family or your drive home or whatever it may be. We'll have some content here for you. And then Friday, we'll be back with our weekend preview. And then Saturday, it's on, man. It is on. It's getting closer. It's the best week of the year. Rivalry week. The college football playoff rankings got released. There's going to be so much intrigue the rest of the weekend. It's going to be so much fun. So appreciate it all. If you've learned something tonight, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the follow button, get over to Buckeye Roundtable. It's right below me here. Type that in. Drop the S and type in Buckeye Roundtable. Get over to our site. Follow me. Follow the rest of our team. Love doing this all for you. So getting set for the game. Ohio State versus Michigan at noon on Saturday in Ann Arbor. Until then, we'll be back with you tomorrow with more Buckeyes content. So appreciate you making us a stop on your content journey. We'll be back with you soon here on the Buckeyes Roundtable YouTube channel, back with another episode of the Buckeye Breakdown Podcast tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.